So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Inside the 20. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 13. 62 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse, and we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Second and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to give up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Elijah Higgins, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Falcons at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Black shot. Yellow, zoom. Red, yellow.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Black, cut.
Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. A nice gain at 21 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yellow, 22. Set.
They'll set up a throw. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll turn their power game to try to get in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Here we go. 10 black. Ultra. Ready?
Robinson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Let's go. Set, go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are back within a score. But he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Come on, set, ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Ready. 6, ready.
They'll look to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Strike, check, strike, 50, green. Set,
straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Moody good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. And he goes out of bounds just shy of 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
A 6-yard pickup. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second and 4. On the shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half. There he goes, right side. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Let's go now. Ready.
Robinson up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Here we go. Set.
On the give, this is their fullback. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Ready.
Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Mustang 19. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Trap 60. 18, 5 here.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Let's go now.
Let's go. First down, Minnesota.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now back to throw. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half. Tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
95. Set.
On play action, they'll throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at the 20. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard after the 36.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Got it.
3rd and 12.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
This is taken at the 15. And powering through at the 35. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They run over center with Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, it's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready. 33, yellow. Set.
They'll look to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Come on, set. Hut.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Down. Strike. 43 rail.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
A 4-yard gain.
Striker. 3. Smith. Red. Set.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have taken a fourth quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Falcons 28, Vikings 24. Jake Moody to kick off.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Understanding he's just down one possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
In motion, the tight end. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jalen Walker. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
60 back. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. 79 Broncos. Ready.
He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this one is incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Right back to Mitchell here. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ready, set.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Let's go now. Mustang 19. 70 Timberwolf. 18 Rattler. 18 Warrior 70.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here.
I'm a little surprised right here. They got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. And the throw here, that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's 1st and goal.
Hey, check that. Check that.
Mitchell is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. Set.
They'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed. Can they do it again? Don't change that dial.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Let's go now. Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final.